now.
Okay.
Good evening once more, and welcome back to the world of Jord. Of course, I am your GM, Ryan, and with me, as always, is the cavalcade of amazing players that I have the honor of dungeon mastering. First, of course, is Nori, played by our wonderful Aaron.
Hi.
Next, of course, is our production, art, and everything in design, Rick, who plays Astrid, the wild and woolly witch.
You say
Next,
woolly?
of course, is our quintessential Quinn, played by the one and only Malachi.
Hello there.
Next, of course, is Mary, who plays the murderous, minuscule, minute Milton. Definitely very, very murderous.
It's a little guy.
Just a little guy.
Oh, this is a real little guy.
Then finally, she will always thank you for your due diligence and sometimes wear a really fancy dress, which we can't really see tonight, but there will be photos later. Piku, who plays Ali Kirara.
Probably those photos could probably be in our Discord. It's a good time.
It will be in our Discord, yes. Yes, we also have a Discord. I keep forgetting to mention that we have a Discord. Link in the stuff below. I'm horrible with that kind of stuff. So
it's in our channel, our About Me section.
Have an About Me section?
We do.
Yes, we do.
I need
There's
to update it.
everything about you, Aaron.
Yeah, like literally the whole.
I gotta be honest, I paid a lot of money for those investigators, and you'd be surprised.
Uh-huh.
They found the bodies, Aaron.
Uh-huh.
They found the bodies.
Uh-huh.
I know.
Just Aaron's? Okay, good.
You're next, Mary.
Hey!
Don't you be getting complacent. We're gonna find yours next.
Mr. FBI man on my computer. I did not have anything to do with those bodies.
Sure.
You have to say
Not have.
So,
Anyway,
to remind everybody where we last left off, after successfully saving your princess from another circus, your wonderful group traveled across the wild lands of Sayer, looking for the ruins of Olren to meet up with Lord Rull and his resistance. It was a fairly uneventful trip, thankfully, but there was a lot of discussion amongst you all about your various experiences within the circus, the visions, the conversations, the strangeness therein, as well as a certain vampire. Now, not really a vampire. He's not that charming. Nah, whatever. Just, you're crazy. Anyway, eventually, you reach the ruins of Olren, which is shrouded in perpetual fog. Upon meeting the rabbit folk, which are apparently a resistance cell from the Vedka Empire, they guided you into the camp of Lord Rull himself, who spoke with you and is the presenting of the head of the former witch hunter general Duquesne, which disturbed many in the camp, as well as a letter from the Duchess herself. Lord Rull has allowed you all to wander the camp, as it were, until you're ready to leave, probably within the next day or so. Some of you have gone off to get items enchanted. Others met with the other members of the witch resistance, the followers of the Emerald Lady, and were invited to a night of a moon ceremony. Clothing, of course, being optional for that.
which was pretty cool.
Yes. Full moon on the rise, as they would say. But nonetheless, after your evening's festivities, the evening is not completely finished, though, is it? No, it is not. I'm going to have all of you, if you'd be so kind, as to put your tokens where I'm currently clicking.
Fudge, what are you clicking?
I was right on top of Quinn.
Right on top of Quinn?
I was standing on his shoulders.
My.
Ah, it's quintessential.
Quinn was probably just like, get
Uh-huh.
off, please. Just
And of course, I cannot forget your dear companion, Rajic.
Magic. That guy. Yeah.
So you wanna
Yeah,
play with magic? Sorry.
He's not quite
Believe
Raskin,
in
but he does in a
magic
pinch.
in a young
Does in a
girl's
pinch.
heart.
Of course, I'm not wearing my glasses, so let me find the character. Where are you? Why is
Right
it?
here, right? I've been here this whole time.
Yes, but you're easy to find. Ragic, on the other hand, despite his size, is a pain in the butt. There he is.
I'm easy.
And I'm actually going to move him somewhere else.
Ow.
Now, it is evening. Everybody has returned back to the central location in camp because I'm just going to be that guy and say that you kind of decided that you would meet up together to kind of reconnoiter before the night's end. Now, the camp has become quiet. There are torches alight in several sections of the camp, but a lot of the populace has gone to some version of their either sleep or their night shift. Lord Rawl said that he would want to speak with each of you individually, except for Quinn, who demands to have someone with him because he doesn't trust Lord Rawl. I don't know why. It's not like he was eviscerating a dead animal in his tent, but I'm not one to judge. So, now that we have your assembled group, who would like to go first?
Are Nori and Astrid still naked?
That's
Yeah.
up to Nori and Astrid. You
That
will be
was straight
returning
up saying yes.
into the camp, so
Nori did not bother to put clothes on. Why?
Just
Why
like-
should
I was gonna
she?
say we're all just like I just imagine us all sitting like, like cross-legged around a fire,
And
and just
like the people
these
next to
two are just
Nori
naked randomly.
are just like eye level.
all right. In that case, I'm going to do something because I have the power of the gods. I'm moving you all over here where there is an actual campfire.
Rick, if this goes bad for Nori, you can put your clothes back on.
Astrid is like in the process of putting her clothes back on.
Oh,
She's
okay.
not that comfortable, but I feel like Nori is just like
Nori doesn't really. Yeah, she's like,
her wit and charm is
Well-
on display for all.
it is hot here. This is not the Norlands. I'm not sweat
Even
the
though it
old
is
guy.
autumn for much of you, this is warm. This is summer weather for Nori's people.
She's not loving
And-
it.
Yeah, I'm just not all about it at all.
Mm-mm.
Those that are joining you in that section of the camp, of course, are the other members of the resistance cell for the Emerald Lady. They, enjoyed the festivities with you, and of course, if you have questions, they can answer them. They've been in the camp for some time. So, you are all there in the circle, some of you in various states of undress, some of you with your wit and charm just out for everybody, depending on who you are. I'm not going to judge. So, again, you're in this circle of warmth and camaraderie. Who wants to go first?
Ellie and Merpower just sort of sitting close to the fire so that Merpower stays like nice and warm, like on a rock.
Mm-hmm.
She's just sort of taking in all of this. She's not used to quite this much exposure, and is doing that awkward, like, we're not gonna be rude to anybody, but we're also getting adjusted to the oh, this is normal.
She
Some
like keeps
people,
her
yes.
eyes like above Nori's collar, just like, I'm looking respectfully.
Yes.
The problem
Very
is
much
with Nori
the,
being the problem with Nori being so tall, looking up kind of puts the eyes directly into that area. So yeah. Hey, you were the one that wanted to be like 8 feet tall, so don't blame me.
Oh
Hey,
no, I'm not backing out of that.
Okay.
I'm sticking to my guns on that one.
At least no one's like 4 feet tall.
Hmm?
I'm
Wait,
gonna stop that because I was
Who's-
about to say like, well, we got Milton who's like 3 feet, and then Astrid is 3, and I feel like Astrid is looking like right at her belly button upon standing. So I'm just saying like at least no one's like in between.
Is
I'm gonna
it
stop.
like 6
But
feet
you know
tall?
where I'm going anyway, so it's fine.
All right. Sorry, Quinn.
Had to make it weird.
Of course. Always.
Quinn is booby height though, isn't he?
Quinn is booby height.
That's what it says on his ID.
But
Height, booby level.
how tall is Quinn? He comes up to Nori's breasts.
So, you're all enjoying this wonderful evening of camaraderie and companionship. Since no one really is giving me an indication, I'm going to roll for the gods.
There you go.
All right.
Indicate.
Oh, well, what would Nori like to do?
What? No. Why? Did you roll for Nori?
Well, you said you wanted to indicate.
No, I said, didn't Allie say she wanted to go? Like, or sorry, shouldn't she initiate?
Allie.
Sorry, Piku, put you on the spot. Oh, I'm sorry. Or not. Oh, I'm
So
sorry.
she's just awkward. She's just being super awkward right now and just being like, I'm gonna focus on my snake. I'm gonna focus on not people's boobs and things.
Will you roll me a perception, please?
Will I?
See these titties. I'm sorry. So sorry.
Madam?
If it's for Nori's, that should be an advantage.
No, it should be
Hard
for
to miss.
disadvantage for not seeing Nori.
Oh.
Ah,
Ah.
okay. As Allie is actively, and I mean actively, trying to avoid the direct eye contact, move this character over here. She sees in the distance this gentleman
Mm.
from the forge, the drow or the Dothraki, that basically tried to run away from her as fast as he possibly could.
She gives a very polite, just, little wave in his direction.
Rolling for the gods again. As you wave, he looks, freaks out a little bit, stumbles, falls, and slams his face into the ground. He gets up and scrambles. He genuine flex and bows like in the proper courtly manner, which is surprising for an individual so far from home,
Mhm.
and runs back into the forge as quickly as he can.
Oh,
What did you do to him?
Can we try not to kill the blacksmith? Because we kind of need him. Possibly, maybe.
oh no.
Astrid is just going to assume because she hasn't met many Dothraki.
Dothraki.
Okay. She hasn't met many of them, and every one of them that she's encountered has been some level of awkward. So now we're under the assumption that like it's a cultural thing that they're just.
Yeah, no,
I like that. That's nice.
depending on what house he's from,
Like it-
House Clodvog is generally intimidating.
Well, like a brick house, a wooded house, a straw house.
Oh no, a family house. Like
All houses have family.
Well, what if you don't have family, Nori? Like if someone doesn't have a family.
Oh, like orphanage.
uh
I'm so sorry, Abby.
no, no,
No? Oh,
how
I'm
how
confused.
do I explain it? And you could see like her brain is trying to figure out because the house system is totally normal to her. So she's like, how do I explain this to somebody who's
Also trying not to make certain eye contact because, again...
Yeah. Just very much like looking directly into the fire, which is clearly burning her eyeballs. Her sensitive, superior dark vision just staring at the fire.
Allie,
Yes.
is it kind of like their clans?
Yes. Thank you.
Oh.
Yes. It's pretty much exactly like that. So his family or clan might be intimidated by mine in general. I should probably figure out which family he's from, but Every time
go
I
ask-
go near him, he panics. So
Oh, do you want him to not panic? I've been told that I'm a very good people person.
Mm-hmm.
it would probably be best for us as a group if he's not panicking when we approach him.
Oh,
Being as he's
So we hide you, and then we ask him.
mm.
Okay. I
yes,
don't know, barrels.
Right
You can hop
behind
in a barrel.
me. I am very broad.
Yeah.
yes.
You are what we would call a broad.
It's funny.
Yeah. Sometimes.
Knee slapper. No, he slaps her knee and the ground shakes.
As you're all having this conversation, an armored figure appears out of the darkness.
Oh.
This gentleman here, just so you have a general idea.
Oh.
Wearing the livery of Lord Rawl's personal guard. Comes in, looks at all of you. Which one of you is Quinn?
No, he
one.
just points.
Right.
Oh, sorry.
Figure in the helmet looks towards Quinn. Lord Rawl wishes an audience with you and your +1.
Oh. All right.
Wait, do we have a girlfriend? That's great news.
What?
A girlfriend. You have +1 girlfriend?
Oh no! I requested that Milton accompany me.
Congratulations, you two.
That's not.
Oh,
Oh,
no?
worry. Oh, I'm his guard.
Oh, that makes more sense. Okay. That's right. You should be the one to protect him. He is little, like, fragile. Fragile?
Fragile.
Fragile.
Mm-hmm.
You're so good at pronunciation.
I know. I got a gift.
You really do.
Uh,
All right. Good luck, you two.
Astrid's gonna give Quinn a lucky butt slap on his way out.
really, really wound that one up, didn't you?
The guard will not even look at the rest of the group, like he's actively making sure that he's not looking in the direction of Nori.
Is lost.
And will lead you up to Lord Rawl's tent. As you're walking through the quiet camp, Milton, you hear the sounds. Now, as you're walking, two things happen to you. One, a smell. A smell of spices hits your nose. A mixture of what seems to be cinnamon and cardamom, but like in a savory way, hits your nose. Seems to spark something, like a distant, like familiarity with that smell. And also music. Coming from the resistance camp, the rabbit folk, far off. The sound is melodious. The mixture of the smell and the sound takes you back to a time before Tullus. When you were younger. You can't just nail it down as of yet. But so familiar. Almost like a lullaby. Do you keep going on with Quinn, or do you veer towards the sound?
Going along with Quinn.
All right. The music remains and the smell's there, and it will remain in your head for a while. The familiarity, Milton. Familiarity. But you reach the camp, or the tent, as I should say. The guards open the flap. Inside, there's a lot of light, a number of candles, warm. The smells of a very common dinner seems like potatoes, some kind of salted pork. Wine glasses are filled, and Lord Rawl is sitting at one end of his table, and he looks up and goes, "Oh, yes, please, come in, come in. Would you like something to eat?"
Have we eaten out of game? Out of character?
I would say you probably have. I mean, maybe not something, I wouldn't say this lavish. It's wine, probably good quality, salted pork and roasted potatoes. You guys probably had what was available to the rest of the camp, which is, stew, more or less.
I think Quinn will take enough to be polite, but not like fill his plate or anything like that.
And your friend may also eat as well.
Sure. Thank you.
You're welcome. So, Quinn and Milton, if I remember the name correctly. Is that correct, ma'am?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Very good. So, since your band arrived here, I could not help but keep rereading my daughter's letter, as well as the appearance of the head of Duquesne, which again gives me no uncertain amount of joy. I knew there was something about you, Master Quinn St. Cloud, that I recognized.
Just Quinn is fine.
Very well. You and I have actually met before. Mind, you were a boy when I was last in Tren, but I do remember your father. And I do find it quite interesting that the son of the soon-to-be Sorcerer Supreme of Tren is out gallivanting with, please forgive me, Mistress Milton, below your station.
Well, if you are indeed acquainted with my father, then I'm sure you probably know that my station isn't nearly as high as one might think.
That might have been the case until information got to my ears some time ago. Of course, I had to confirm a couple of things before I was moved to this location. Well, first of all, of course, you're to inherit the business. But the thing that was really interesting to me, the one part that really demanded my attention, and he'll pull over a stack of papers and we'll flip through them. You're already home, according to my reports. Yet you are here.
Do you, as in, people have seen me, or at least someone who looks like me in Tren?
According to my information network, up until yesterday, it was the common belief that you were at home. Now, of course, I don't have a great number of details here outside of your whereabouts before then, but you were seen at home.
For how long?
Again, according to my reports here, at least a month. Being the Lord Protector of the realm, it was part of my job to know the goings on of important people, and the St. Cloud's probably one of the most powerful manufacturing families in all of Tren, as well as much of the continent. It was important for us to know. Yet, despite all of this information, despite all that I have in front of me, you are here. So I can't help but wonder, maybe either my information is wrong or there may be something else afoot.
Well, I can only imagine that there must be either someone is giving you false information or there's an imposter, because I haven't been home for several years. In fact, until just recently, I was getting all of my what's the fancy word for mail?
Correspondence.
I was receiving all of my correspondence up in
Pinky high when you say correspondence.
correspondence. Yes, indeed. In the Norlands. Oh, hi, Nori.
Sorry. Yes.
Also, out of game, how long has it been since we left
Been a
the
couple.
North?
Since you left the Norlands, it's been about
Didn't it take like a week or two to even get to?
yeah, it took you guys about a week to get down, and you were in Galen for about 2 weeks. So it has been a month.
84 years.
Okay. But yes, I mean, I haven't stepped foot in Tren for about 2 or 3 years, I think, and as of last month, I was in the Norlands. So
I see. Well, then, Master Quinn, it seems that a strange matter is afoot. Now, my natural inclination would be to believe that you're an agent of the Tren Principality and you should be imprisoned to make sure that nothing happens. But at the same time, due to your recent actions in Galen, which still surprise me, I mean, clarify this for me, make sure my information is correct from not only my daughter's letter, but the information that came in from my scryer. Upon entering the port city of Galen, you not only assaulted not one, not two, but at least 3 members of the Witch Hunter Order, were instrumental in the downfall of that post in Galen, destroyed a castle wall, released the Sword Master of the Faith of the Maiden, as well as my daughter, killed numerous agents of the church, as well as the Witch Hunter General themselves. And if I'm also reading this correctly, was engaged in a battle involving a Tyrannosaurus Rex. You must admit, even for us, that does seem a bit far-fetched.
Interesting. I could have sworn we did more than that, but that sounds about accurate.
Oh, yes, of course. I overlooked the assault on a member of the House of the Council, as well as uncovering a corruption plot of multiple government officials. And, well, one of them, of course, not only was visibly assaulted, their groin was shattered, and then they were eaten.
That's the one I was thinking of,
Eaten.
yes.
I forgot she ate him.
So, you're saying that this is all completely accurate then?
Yes.
See. Well, that, of course, being the case, then, we do live apparently in interesting times, and the possibility of a doppelganger is even more likely. So, that, of course, also being the case, Master Quinn and Mistress Milton, I do have a favor to ask of you. I do believe that, according to your wild-haired accomplice, a Astrid, you are planning on moving towards the capital within the day. Is that correct?
No.
I believe so. Were we?
No.
Well, were we planning on seeing the Emerald Lady first?
Mm-hmm.
And then eventually to the capital.
Yeah.
Right. So we do plan on going to the capital, but it will probably be longer than a day. We have a task.
Horses
I meant
to
that
gather.
you'll be leaving the camp within the day.
Oh,
Now,
right, yes.
I take it, of course, as you were coming in, you saw the large tower on the road, the broken tower, yes?
Yes.
Yes. That tower is positioned perfectly near the ruins of Volren, as we are. It is their watch point on the ruins. Any movement we make that is of a significant measure will be spotted by that tower, and that tower has a scryer. A scryer, also known as, let me get the proper pronunciation here, Gran Willywog, a witch, I am informed, who has been captured by the forces therein. Some of the members of the coven here would like her release. So, if you want to go south to the Wild Wood, we would request that you and your friends, along with there's a group that are planning on attacking the tower as well, assault the tower, eliminate the forces therein, and free Gran Willywog, or as one of the coven members said, my dear Gran. Now, does that seem like something that you and your compatriots would be able to accomplish?
Well, I can certainly present it to the rest of them.
Very well. Present it to them and remind them, if they do intend to leave and try to bypass the tower, if they are spotted, they may end up feeling the full wrath of the Church of the Dawn without our support, because any movement out of here will be spotted by that tower. So it may behoove them to know that. That, of course, being the case, please try the wine. It is delicious. Ladies and gentlemen, that's what we call method.
I thought you were gonna stop at the meth part, and I'm like, huh?
No, that's
Crystal Method, name of the game. Before we depart, in your information gathering, have you heard of anything of Jade St. Cloud?
Your eldest sister, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
Not the one that unfortunately died of the Crimson Fever. I had a cousin who died of that. Horrible business. Yes, Jade, set to become the head of the Schola Arcanum. And possibly, if things go well, the next Sorcerer Supreme after your father, if he is to have any hand in that. But again, that is the St. Clouds for you. You have a tendency of planning multiple generations. And apparently she's also engaged to a Dr. Hellbore? Hellstream? No. Get my readers here. Hellion. A Dr. Hellion.
Did Quinn know this?
No, he did not. This
All
is
right.
news.
His head when he needs it. Damn.
Oh, wonderful for her. I suppose my invitation was lost in the mail.
Oh.
A shame.
We're gonna shank Quinn's entire family.
Wait, are we having...
Milton's down for it.
Damn.
Specifically, Milton is going to shank his entire family.
Hopefully not me.
And stomp the
No, just your
corpses.
family.
Teamwork.
Milton, speaking of which, would you be so kind as to roll me a perception, please?
Perception.
All right.
As Milton is standing there listening to all this, they will note that on the cufflinks of Lord Rawl are golden roses. In a very similar style to that of the garden.
Lovely. Just...
Well, enjoy the wine. As you leave, of course.
Ah, yes.
Wow.
Thank you for...
It was a pleasure speaking to you, Master Quinn and Mistress Milton. Have a pleasant evening.
I would
The
be
nicest way to say fuck off and get out of here. Get the
Enjoy
fuck
the
out of
wine
my
on the
tent.
way out.
Quinn,
Please do
I
shut the door.
probably... Oh, we're outside the tent, yes?
Yep, yeah, that you walk out of the
Good.
tent.
I probably wouldn't drink the rest of that wine. Just in case.
Oh. All right.
Was
He
it good?
tosses it.
Okay. Sorry.
It was a fine red wine, and as you splash it upon the ground, it begins to fizz.
There it is.
Bruh. Good call, Milton.
Thank you.
Damn.
Don't forget you're a target now.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Gosh, people actually care about me.
My God.
They can't have two doubles are running around. They have to have just one.
Right back
So-
down here.
As you're walking back, that music is still playing, Milton. Are you going to pursue it, or are you going to return back to the fire?
Hey Quinn, can you go back to the campfire and see what or who the witch in the tower is and what clan she's in? I have to go investigate that music. Sounds good.
Okay. Are you sure you wouldn't like someone to come with you? I could come. I could call Nori to come.
Do you want to?
Sure.
Okay, sure.
As you follow the music through the camp, you see the great bonfire near where the Republic of Vedka has set up camp, which is over in this far area over here where I'm clicking.
Ah, yes.
If you move your tokens over there, please. Just so we have an idea of where everybody is. So, small unrelated question. Rick, are you guys able to see over in that area or no?
Yeah, I just shifted the camp.
Wonderful, thank you.
Mhm.
Just wanted to double check. So, You walk towards the camp. There is, of course, a number of rabbit folk, all sitting around the fire. The one that is singing is this individual here, singing brightly, deeply, in a language that, for you, Milton, is familiar. You don't know the exact language, but it's so familiar. And the smell of the food, it's not like coming home, but coming back to somebody's house that you've been to 1,000 times when you were young, but haven't been to in years. The familiarity. As you walk up, a number of the rabbit folk, which look more or less like this, armored or in ranger clothing, look up, looking at each other as you all walk up. The one that is singing comes to a stop. We have newcomers here, brothers and sisters. Greetings. Do you care to join our fire?
Sure. Quinn?
Sure, yes.
Some of the rabbit folk will move out of the way, but they're, a bit wary because, again, they're kind of sequestered in their own area as opposed to everybody else. The one that was singing comes forward and bows slightly. I am Seer Wickerweaver. I lead this detachment of the Republic of Vedka. And who might you be?
I'm Milton, and this is my dear friend, Quinn.
Ah, welcome, Quinn, and welcome, Milton, to our fire. Please join us. We were just having a remembrance of those that had passed, as well as reminding ourselves on why we continue to fight. We fight to keep the Empire down. Yes. Resistance always. Resistance forever. Yes. We are also making a modest meal. Have you eaten already?
Only a bit of stew, but it smells really good.
Oh, thank you. It is simple fare, but it is still home for us. Bowls, please. They basically offer you kind of like this pasted carrot meal, mixture of parsnips, carrots, heavily seasoned with big pieces of basically naan bread, but kind of like a flat bread, and offers it to you. Milton, do you eat?
Yes. It
Roll me a
sounds
wisdom save,
delicious.
please.
Oh, crap. It honestly sounds...
Mm-hmm.
It's a non earlier this week.
Well, that's a perception check.
Mary, you're muted. Do you want to be muted?
Better?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Your beautiful voice.
The game is not the game without Mary.
Mm.
Oh,
Ooh.
wonderful. So, Milton, as you are eating this rather fascinating food, especially because you don't know how or why, you know exactly you're supposed to tear the bread and use it to scoop it, as opposed to with like a fork or a spoon. And with your right hand, your left hand is naturally holding the bowl, but in a way that perfectly holds the meal in front of you. It's as if muscle memory has taken over. And as the food touches lips, tongue, memories flow. Memories of home, of mother and father, of being together, not just out on the road and adventuring, but in the house, eating, the warmth. How did you not remember this? But it's there now, as clear as crystal. And again, that song that Mom used to sing that song. She used to sing that song right before going to bed. You would have your meal, you'd wash your face, crawl into bed with your stuffy that you still have, getting all warm and snuggled in, and she would sit on the edge of the bed and start singing this song of a home lost, of wandering, a yearning to return home, and a defiance of a fire that will never die, but soothing, remembering. It connects you to that warm and loving moment. It reaches in and reminds you that there was a time. But Milton, why? This song that these people are singing, this people that are speaking of resistance and fighting against the Vedka Empire, how is this song connected to them? You don't. What is going on here, Milton? How is this all connected? Do you finish the bowl?
Yes, because it's delicious.
Oh, it absolutely is. I mean, the roasted carrot with the parsnip just melds perfectly. There's a bit of butter, and the cinnamon, the cardamom adds a nice savoriness to it. And not too sweet, but just enough to make it fully nourishing. And of course, the bread. The bread, I mean, you have no idea how they made the bread. There's nothing. It's like skillet bread. Bread that's made on a skillet and it's flipped with a little bit of oil and a little bit of salt. Just right on the tip of the tongue. It's just wonderful. As you finish, and the song comes to an end in your mind goes back to that other place. The day that it happened. The fire, Milton. The fire and the screaming. The running of voices. People shouting out, "It's a legionnaire! It's a Vedka legionnaire! Run! Run!" Your mother and father pushing you into that dark place, saying, "Stay here, we'll be right back. We promise, stay here, be safe." And the door being slammed. The screams outside, the smoke filtering into the room. You can't stay there. It's so gotta get out. And getting outside, and the blaze. The setting sun lighting the entire horizon in red, the fires of the village. The figures in armor. And steam walking with mechanical fury as they smash through one house after another. Chaos. Fire, Milton. Fire. And you're back amongst people enjoying a fine meal. And Quinn, do you eat?
Yes.
It tastes really good.
Yeah.
Yay.
It tastes great. Oh,
It for Quinn, it does not taste like trauma.
wow. Sorry, there's a cat behind me. The cat insists on sharing the chair.
Quick timeout, Mary. You okay?
Mhm.
All right.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
I can't hug you, but do you want a picture of a cat?
No, we're good. I got my little plushie.
Method acting.
Yeah, I know, but hey, a good GM for everybody at home always double checks on his players. Important.
Yeah.
Important to double check on them when you're also traumatizing them.
Almost. Hey, trauma with love. So,
And that's how
Milton.
toxic relationships start. Sorry.
That's for another podcast. Milton, what do you do having returned back to this reality?
Mm. Um. hmm. Uh. Uh.
Is
I
the
want to
food not to
think.
your liking?
Oh no, I love it. I love it. I was just have uh oh, it's just really good. But back memories. Yeah. You would happen have by chance heard of couple with the last name Silver Thread or anything like that?
Silver thread. Silver thread. Silver thread. Not to my memory, but there's Elder Brimnettle. You can ask him. Brimnettle is this gentleman right over here.
I'm not on that screen. Hold on.
Yeah, right here. Brimnettle looks like a much older rabbit, a lot more gray in the face, ears heavily pierced. Speaking quietly to several of the other rabbit folk, sounds like they're planning an attack. This might be the group that is planning on attacking that tower that was being mentioned earlier.
Oh. Okay. Quinn, we might need to talk to this gentleman. Where in the world did this thing go? All right, sorry.
It's all right.
My
Speaking of
camera
which,
likes
Quinn,
to.
where did you disappear to?
Yeah.
You were on here, but now you're gone.
No, about
Who disappeared?
you.
Yeah, you are no longer on my
I don't see him either.
Oh,
Quinn,
I'm
you're
right
the
here.
beginning of the group.
Oh, am I?
Oh, you're
Oh.
there you go.
Okay.
You
Wait.
can't hide underneath Milton, dude.
What? No, we
We
were.
They're more
could.
like a buckler on your arm. It just doesn't work.
Well, no, on my screen, Milton was here and I was here.
Yeah.
Quinn went out for cigarettes and just never came back.
Dad? Correct. But anyway, so continue.
Okay, but it seems to be a good idea to talk to that gentleman over there. Sounds like they're planning an attack, and if it's not against the tower, it'd be a good idea to figure out what they're attacking anyway.
Oh,
Right?
yeah.
At least gives a heads up, you know.
As you walk over, one of the rabbit folk nudges Elder Brimnettle, and he looks up, going, "Yes, can I help you?"
Yes, we may be attacking a tower soon, and we were told another group was going to do it too.
He looks over the other rabbit folk. The other rabbit folk are like, "Yes, Lord Rawls requested us to attack the tower on the road. So you're going to help? Or
Possibly. We have to talk to our group, get the finished plans and everything, but
All right.
most
Well,
likely.
if you are going to help us attack the tower, we've been able to discover that there's at least several witch hunters, mostly levies for the capital. And what did you say, Frederick?
Uh, two heavily cloaked individuals.
That's it?
Oh.
They were definitely armed with serrated weapons.
Ah, yes. They're like what? The unspoken?
Unseen.
Do you have a plan of attack that if we were to join, we could fit in, or are you just planning a direct assault?
Oh no, there's not enough of us for a direct assault, and Rawl insists that we not move the entire contingent against them. So we are going to be sniping them from the woods. We do have a map of the area to show where we will be attacking. The tower is old and dilapidated and broken, so though they have positioned themselves there, it's not going to be difficult to attack. It's just who's going to be there. And who was the other one we're supposed to save?
A witch.
Oh, yes, yes. A granny, golly, wollywog, willy wollywog, and something like that.
Oogie Boogie.
Oogie Boogie, yes.
Good job. Sorry.
But I like my spot.
That is the plan. If you're going to be involved with that, we will be more than willing to coordinate with you. There's going to be at least 4 of us and 2 other human rangers that are going to be involved. If we plan this right, we might be able to attack them quickly. But that'll be up to you to join if you're going to. You keep looking at me funnily, and he's looking directly at Milton. Why are you staring at me?
I'm not. I wasn't staring at you, but okay. No, I was told by the singer to ask you about Silver Thread.
What about Silver Thread?
If you've heard of them.
I've heard of silver threads, but depends. Who's asking?
Um. Uh. A friend of Minifree.
I haven't heard that name in a long time. Yes, I knew a few folks by the name of Silver Threads. Members of the Resistance Cell in Tullus. Unfortunate situation. All died in the raid. Well, that's what we were told.
Oh. No idea.
I'm sorry, what was that? I couldn't hear you.
No. No, we're good. Oh dear. Oh, they all died.
Well, that's what the rumor is. Some people also say that few members of the resistance cell in that particular raid were sent off to Vedka. Of course, any survivors ever taken back to the Empire do not survive long. And they all spit at the same time. Now, friend Minifred, why are you so interested in the silver threads?
She's been wondering what happened to the others.
Ah, well, from what I remember hearing, was that there was a raid on a village on the coast. One of our splinter cells that had been working on reconnaissance on something important, I wasn't told the exact details, was there within the village when the raid happened. Vedka legionnaires showed up, devastated the place. It's a shame, too. The information would have been useful from what I was told. But, again, that was some time ago. How do you know them?
Back home, she's a coworker of mine.
A co-worker. Close co-worker.
But yeah, we'll go back to our group. We'll probably be in on the attack.
Very well.
90% chance, but I still have to clear it with the group first.
Very well. Until then, walk swiftly and quietly. He will turn back and start talking back to the other rabbit folk.
Okay, Quinn, let's get going. Back to the party and figure out who and what's this which that we need to save is, and we probably will be saving them. But let's go have a little chat.
All right.
All right. Now, while this little group is off having a good old time, Ali Kirara,
Yeah.
would you roll me perception one more time, please?
Would I?
I mean, if you could, that would just be absolutely peachy moschini.
Would it be swell?
It would be downright wondrous.
Is that a good one?
Now, let me see. It is. It actually is. And Allie, as you're sitting there enjoying the fire and not looking directly at the mountain next to you, something shimmers amongst the ruins. Something glimmers amongst the ruins. White hair, a flash of silver, just out of sight in the ruins. Will you investigate?
Allie is going to stand up and just be like, I feel as though our nervous companion may want to join the crowd at some point, so I will excuse myself for a few moments to give him a chance to join the festivities in comfort. If you'll excuse me. And she's going to excuse herself to investigate.
Please put your
Have
token
fun.
where I'm currently clicking.
Let me see. There it is. Boop. Ish. Boop. Ish.
There you go.
Yeah, ish.
As you walk amongst the broken ruins of Oren, a familiarity similar to home, the old world still lingering amongst the existing. Mind you, back home, Grandmama would not allow such things to be littered all over the place. This is good pieces of art, just to be lying on the ground. No. And your mother, not once. You remember that one time where that one vase fell over when you were playing the game with your brother and it shattered all over the floor and your brother was thrown in a closet for at least about a week. So, it wasn't something that was allowed.
Structure was very important.
Very, very important. But as you're walking, you hear, "Fine night for a stroll, isn't it?" And stepping out from behind some broken masonry is Sebastian.
Yes. You seem to like strolling at a distance.
I've always found that it's best to be on the outskirts of a party. Tends to be the most interesting, have genuine conversations.
I would imagine. And she like obviously is looking at where his teeth are, but then is like, like that unspoken like social thing of don't point out the obvious reason why you're actually not joining people.
I hope I am not intruding.
No, no, not at all.
Very good. I would hate to be ruining your fun, but from what I could see, your eyes were everywhere but your friends. So I couldn't help but make myself known so that you don't feel lonely. As he's straightening his sleeves.
Yes, I appreciate it. There are some who are uncomfortable in my presence, and I'm getting used to the different cultures outside of my home.
And
So it's
where is home, if I may ask?
are you not familiar with the Sealed Kingdom?
Ah, so you are from Sylvania. It's been so long for me, having been imprisoned by Granny Goodall. By the way, again, you must thank your friends for my freedom. It has been liberating in every sense of that word. But I'm catching up on so many things. So many things have changed since my imprisonment.
I would imagine. What you haven't been leaving bodies in alleys since you've been out, right?
Leaving bodies in alleys since I've been out? Well, no, but I've only been free maybe less than 2 nights. Haven't gotten to any alleys as of yet. I did meet this one individual, a priest. let's just say, he was not what I had preferred my first meal to be, but what can I say? Beggars can't be choosers.
Right. Um,
You
yeah.
seem uncomfortable, my dear.
No. Why didn't you brainwash me?
Ah, that's the thing. I honestly. Defiance, I would say. I felt a compulsion to defy Granny Goodall. First time I had been able to choose anything myself. In such a time, it was nearly intoxicating. I just had to embrace it. And what can I say? You are intoxicating. So, there we are.
Well, thank you. Yes. And she's like flustered and doing that thing,
Now,
with her hands.
Now, if I may, It is such a lovely night. Would you care to go for a walk? I promise that you will be in perfect safety. 100%. And you'll return to your friends without a single solitary hair out of place. I would just really enjoy some illuminating company, and I don't know what I can say. Just you are illuminating in the moonlight.
Oh. I mean, I'm not overly concerned about my safety. You know, I tend to like destroy undead, but yes, yes. We can walk. Yes.
Wonderful. And let us talk of many things, of boats and ships and sealing wax and cabbages and kings, and whether the moon is boiling hot, and whether you have wings. It takes you for a walk for the evening. Back with the rest of you.
Basically, that level of conversational, just total awkwardness is basically all she does.
Which is absolutely perfect because he will continue to be charming and enjoying like all of your awkwardness and making, trying to make her feel as comfortable as possible as they walk and talk. And that is all, ladies and gentlemen, that will happen. It's just a simple turn about the forest. That's all. Back to the group. Milton and Quinn have returned. What are you all doing?
First off, don't drink the wine. That what's his name again?
Lord Rawl.
Lord Rawl.
Lord Rawl.
Rawl. Will provide. Probably not the food either. We've got to figure out if that's poisoned too.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for the heads up.
You're welcome. And then also, apparently the tower has a witch. They kidnapped a witch.
Oh.
And we don't know what was it? Quinn, what was the witch's name again?
Which witch?
Gran Lilywog.
Lilywog.
I am Quinn, and this is Gran Lilywog.
Well,
The witch. Yeah. So the witches have asked him, the Lord Rawl, to free
A pollywog.
the witch. Yeah.
Her name is Gran Lilywog. She was the head of our coven before she was taken by the church members at the tower. That's the other members of the witches who are currently sitting with you, and now fully dressed.
Okay.
Well, you have my hat, she's going to say to them, because, obviously I would help anyway, but I am obligated to assist you.
That's what. There's going to be another team of people. I think about 10. No, 8.
Okay.
6.
6.
Yeah.
Somewhere close to us. 11. Yeah.
What
They'll go down to 0 eventually, right?
I mean, that'll
like
be
our
pretty quick
enemies,
then.
of course.
Oh no, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Milton used to scare me sometimes. And that takes a lot.
It dies.
Like,
she once belched in the face of an owlbear.
In my defense, you gave me some sort of potion that made me very gassy.
It was a fizzy drink, okay? It was just a fizzy.
Would have come out the other end. That would have been also bad.
There's lots of
it would have been bad.
Yeah.
Lots of witch hunters. So, we're definitely gonna have fun.
Yeah.
Those motherfuckers. Okay, yeah.
And then heavily caped with serrated swords. Right? Somebody
That's
said.
the those guys, right? Okay. Sweet.
Other knives.
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
So we
Just a
down?
reminder, that is referencing the converted.
Mhm.
Just in case y'all didn't pick
Yeah.
No,
No.
I did not.
I was
No.
being facetious about it being fun because, it's mildly traumatizing every time.
Mm-hmm.
that
Well,
up.
we kind of know how to somewhat deal with it, kind of.
That's true.
Kind of.
At least, let them pass on peacefully, right?
I mean,
Mm.
We mean, they
Yeah.
were one of us.
Mm.
And then they got kidnapped and
Oh, I'm
brainwashed.
sorry. I thought you were talking about the witch hunters for a second. I was like, why would we let them why would we do anything?
Oh, no, no, no,
I
no,
was like, what
no.
the fuck?
Oh,
What happened to Astrid?
The fucked up thing, though, is they, automatically just, do their shit. It's fine. But whatever. Yeah, dude, I'm in. So, we're gonna go
the
attack
other
a tower, and
Mhm.
when we
The
have
other
our...
towers. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
The other tower, the other group is going to be sniping. So
Ooh.
we gotta figure out where we fit in, and we probably should eventually talk to the guy, but that's
It doesn't
later.
really suck to be sniped by a person that's supposed to be on the other side.
Yeah,
Friend fire.
no friend fire.
No friend fire.
Friend fire, but no friend fire.
Don't fire your friend.
Don't fire your friends.
Unless they're really bad at their job.
Yes, but friendship really shouldn't be a job. If that's how it feels, then it probably isn't a good friendship to begin with and
Oh,
shouldn't
yes,
be
you've never felt like a job.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Because I've been told I'm a lot of work, or and a piece of work.
People are afraid of hard work.
Okay, so we're gonna attack a tower, and when we have our little meet and greet with the Duchess's dad, don't eat the food or drink the drink.
Mm-hmm.
But what if we are hungry?
Maybe you eat first, so you don't go
Yeah.
in on an empty stomach. So,
Or we can visit the resistance because they have really really good food
Oh.
before we go if we can before we go see. Yeah.
when do we have to go? When do the rest of us go? Are they gonna come get us like they did you? Do we just file in?
Rob.
Find clothes for that.
They will
Yes.
probably come to get you.
And you gotta wear clothes.
Nori, you wouldn't want him to get all hot and bothered, would you?
Mm-mm.
Unless it's something you want to follow through with. But he's
Mm.
kind of old.
They are so small.
You
I
could
would
do a
like-
lot better.
Thank you. I agree.
I don't know what her status is, but if she has done the boink to boink, I'm going to assume Nori has done a lot better. We don't have to
Yeah.
touch on that, but Nori can do better.
Okay, honestly,
We-
in my head canon for Nori is she has not done the boink.
We got a raid from the game master Eric.
Yay!
Welcome.
Yay,
Welcome.
Master Eric, thank
Welcome to the
you.
race.
Hello. Nice to meet you.
We've met Game
Hello.
Master Eric.
Aaron, tone that back. Tone back the charisma. You're scaring the peoples. Come
Don't
on.
scare people. How was the stream? How was the game? What did you guys kill?
And it's kind of sad because you're rating us just as we're hitting the 11:30, which is actually the break time for us. So, we are going to go on a 10-minute break. Then we'll come back and we'll find out what happens next with our band of adventurers. So, thank you very much for the raid. Talk amongst yourselves. Get a liquid libation. I'm definitely going to. And we'll talk to you again soon.
I'll drink the wine.
Yes.
Don't drink the
Good
wine.
botch teleport after 7 puzzle rooms in a museum. Jesus Christ.
Hmm?
The Game Master Eric says that they had a lot of fun. Focus on our story, and they had a botched teleport after 7 puzzle rooms in a museum.
Ooh.
Oh.
Ouch. That's rough.
That's my worst nightmare as a player. I don't do puzzles well. I hope you guys had so much fun, but we will be right back in 10 minutes time.
We're on break now. Twice my height. But
And we're back.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. So, remind you where we are. It is still nighttime. The group has reconvened of sorts, minus one, who apparently is off having a moonlit stroll with a rather angular gentleman.
The distraction.
an angular gentleman.
Angular.
Get out of there.
Mm-hmm.
As you're all kind of winding down for the evening, that armored individual arrives once more. Which one of you is Astrid?
That would be me.
It's her.
Right here. Hi. What do you want?
Lord Rawl requests your presence. If you are to bring a +1, that is acceptable.
Nah, I'm pretty good.
Very well. Follow me, please.
Okie dokie. Bye, guys.
Goodbye.
See you on the other side.
Don't do anything. I do what you want. It's fine.
So, as you join up to, again, the tent, the guard pulls it away. Inside is a rather cozy scene. Wine is on the table. Food, salted pork, roasted potatoes, carrots, and several odd items, crystals and such on the table, along with a map. Lord Rawl looks up and goes, Ms. Astrid Duskfire?
Yeah.
Is that... Yes. Please come in.
She enters the tent.
How are you enjoying your stay here with us?
Pretty good. I got to hang out with some of the sisterhood, and we got a little naked. It was great. We were dancing around a fire. It's been a long time since I've done that. Like,
They do it
weeks.
every month. It used to be a bit of an issue, and then people got used to it as if that kind of thing is odd. I don't understand why myself, but you know.
different strokes for different folks, my friend.
Exactly. So,
Yeah,
the
let's get down to brass
Slayer
tacks.
of Duquesne. A rather prodigious title, wouldn't you agree?
I guess so. I don't know. I didn't really do it by myself. I'm just the one that ended his life. And then took some souvenirs.
Yes. The head in question.
Yes,
Now-
okay, but I didn't just like carry his head around for funsies. Like I wanted it for reasons, you know, like the speak with dead spell, for example. He's proved very useful.
I can only imagine. Though, again, according to some of the guards at the front, you seem to be enjoying yourself quite well with Duquesne's head, and I, for one, am not to deny you that pleasure. I would be more than happy to borrow the head if you'd allow me to put it on a pike, but I will not take your property. No.
Yeah.
I want to discuss with you something else.
Shoot.
I was informed, and just to make sure I'm correct in this, you are going to find the Emerald Lady in the Wild Woods. Is that still the case?
That is correct. And I spoke with the the people from the other covens already. And we have good advice on that.
Very good. So, that, of course, being the case, since you are heading south, I've already spoken to some of your companions about the tower situation. I imagine that they have brought it up to you already. Is that
Yes,
correct?
we are going to help save Granny Pollywog.
Gran Lilywog.
Yeah.
She's very particular when it comes to her name.
I know, I'm going to have a lot of fun with it. Because, you know, you can't really get too mad at the people who save your ass. So, Pollywog. But carry on.
As I've been told. But what can I say? She is my sister. But regardless of that. Yes, despite what some people may believe, the witch sisterhood is very closely tied with the royalty of Sayer.
Yeah.
Keep that.
I am aware. Sorry.
No, it's perfectly all right. Of course, that also leads me to another piece in regards to the Emerald Lady, since you're on your way there. Would you be willing to do us a favor when speaking with the Emerald Lady?
I will let you know once I know what that favor is.
Shrewd. But I can see that shrewdness has allowed you to survive as long as you have, so I respect that. She has currently moving the entire force to attack the capital for some reason or another. Whatever that reason may be, if she would be willing to tear down the city wall, we would be more than willing to go inside and rout out the conspirators that have taken the capital. What we would request is that you ask her to do that once we have arrived. Until then, to not attack the city. I've sent envoys, and she sent back pieces, which, as you can imagine,
It's
is
hard.
difficult.
I am sad for you in that, but that is, if it wasn't your people, that would be pretty badass. And you can't blame her for being crazy on edge right now. That is a reasonable request. I will acquiesce to your favor. I will do that.
Thank you.
Does that make sense?
It did in a strange way, but it did nonetheless. And also, upon releasing Grand Lilywog, and you are heading south, I have been also informed to tell you of some strange happenings in the south. In particularly, a report that's crossed my desk, which I don't rightly believe, a dark rider and a massive warhound, or black dog, the reports mix, have been attacking travelers on the road at night, leaving entire caravans absolutely devastated. Most have been Church of the Dawn affiliated, but still, if this is true and it is associated with the Emerald Lady, I would suggest that you and your companions do not travel the road at night. So that is
Also
a bit
pretty
of fair
badass.
warning from me to you.
I appreciate the warning. I am a bit curious. Because that sounds pretty awesome. But, yeah.
As are we, if you are able to ascertain the identity of this Black Rider. Black Riders. In my day, they would just call them spirits and move on about it, but regardless. If you are able to find out the identity of this individual and send it back to us, we will make sure that you are promptly rewarded. But nonetheless, I do have one final question for you, Miss Duskfire.
Yeah, shoot.
Bring it in. One of the guards will walk in with a bird cage. Inside is a bird made of paper. Comes in, sets it down. This thing flew into camp about 20 minutes ago. One of my rangers were able to catch it. It, of course, sliced off his hand. I'm glad that you find the maiming of a man doing his duty so charming. This thing is insistent on reaching you for some reason. Would you mind illuminating me as to what this thing is and how it found you?
I mean, we're on friendly terms, right? I'm helping you. You're helping. Well, actually, you're not really helping me. We're kind of helping each other. Are you familiar with Broomhilda?
Many Broomhildas.
The Scythe Witch? She's not. She hasn't been in Sierra in a long time because she's like, I don't know if she can't come here or if she just really doesn't want to. That is my auntie. She taught me most of the things that I know.
The Scourge of the Southlands. the destroyer of the Cathedral of Tren,
Uh-huh.
that scythe witch,
Uh-huh.
is your auntie.
Yeah. Because fun fact, so Duquesne, I have his head. Which I appreciate that you want his head, but I have a more personal vendetta against him because he's the one that actually destroyed my family. And then my dad and I went and we lived with her after they took my mom.
I see.
So from the time I was 10,
More
she
wine.
raised me.
Yeah.
Because dad was a mess. Oh, I'm sorry. Were you trying to talk? I'm really bad at social cues.
It's perfectly all right. Just your group seems to be adding more and more than I expected. I thought you were simple mercenaries, but apparently you're not.
We are more like a band of hooligans. But like really well connected hooligans.
I would lean into that, yes. But this creature, I will leave into your care, and please make sure it does not attack anyone else. By the way, the paper bird is a cormorant.
Great.
Yep. Yes, I know.
It's a bird. Yeah, that's how her and I talk to each other. While we're still chit-chatting though, are you done? You don't like are all your cards on the table?
For now.
For now.
Why?
Okay. Well, we don't really have a plan for like what we do when we get into the capital. For lack of a better way to put it, we like to kind of fly by the seat of our pants. Or our skirts. Not all of us wear pants. But anyway.
Or brooms, if your particular case.
I don't have a broom yet, but I'm working on that, okay? Thank you for pointing that out. I don't want to do this, but I'm putting this card on the table that should it come up and should it seem like a good idea that you can assume, or at least actually not assume because I'm flat out telling you that I am on board with this course of action. But say we get into the city and you need help drawing certain people out, or you need help infiltrating certain things. I am willing to be used as bait.
Bait?
I'm really good bait. I'm really... I'm not going to say that part. I don't know you that well.
So, you wish to be the lure, if that is an option.
I do not wish to be, but... And I'm not a strategic planner by most definitions, because like I said, we're very impulsive. But logically speaking, without sounding too self-important, they want/need me specifically. And I need to get in there to get what I want, which I briefly told you they have my parents.
Right. So, if you're doing what I believe that you're doing to free your parents, and I take it that they are being held by the church, is that correct?
My mother is the Crimson Lady. She was taken from us 25 years ago and brainwashed and...
Your mother is the Crimson Lady.
Uh-huh. And my father is Thomas the Tinkerer. Sorry. He's important too.
Wine, just leave the bottle.
I am
Your mother is the Crimson Lady, the... Oh, that complicates things. So much.
Care to share? How does that complicate things?
Well, for one thing, she is the most... how do I say this? She is the object of devotion for much of the church in the capital.
Yeah, I know.
She is continually surrounded by sycophants, attendants. The archbishop himself has her constantly at his beck and call.
Yep.
She also single-handedly killed my entire personal guard when I was expelled from the capital before I could rescue the prince.
Did not know that, but that tracks. She was a very powerful witch back in the day.
I can only imagine. And, if I remember correctly, the Great Convergence is no more than a month's time from now. And if tradition stands, she's to die. Again, if tradition stands. But I'm not in the capital. I cannot stop this. You will be going to the capital. You could possibly stop this.
And that's the whole. I mean, obviously the Church of the Dawn needs to be dealt with one way or another, but that is kind of my whole personal vendetta. Because I understand that she might not. She's very likely not the same person that I knew 25 years ago, because it's been 25 fucking years of her being in their clutches and being brainwashed, and I've seen what they've done with the converted.
Yes.
And since she's like the big converted, right? Like she's like the big bad of all the converted.
Yes.
So I'm fully aware that she might not be saved, but
if I may.
What? Go ahead. Sorry.
I do apologize. I don't want to interrupt you. I can tell your conscious was going. But before the Great Convergence, there is something known as the Red Ball, a large festival that the church has done for the last 400 years. Whenever a red lady has been anointed, there's the ball, and then it continues on to the convergence itself. I wanted to have the practice abolished. My other daughter, the former queen, and her husband, the king, were going to have this abolished, but then things happened. Yeah. But nonetheless, your timing is fortuitous, because if you're able to get into the capital during this grand festival, there'll be enough chaos for you to slip in and reach your parents, and possibly even stop all this from happening.
That's the goal.
You do have not a great deal of time, but something to think and consider.
Is the Great Convergence, is that their whole shtick of like, is that their, like, when they try to do their ritual of
returning the light to the world, as they constantly say, which is more, as I remember it from the books and from what I've been told, is just a matter of excuse my term, an orgy of violence and drinking.
Which would sound like a lot of fun if it wasn't them. Question, like, because I don't know. I grew up basically in the Norlands after leaving Sayre, so I don't, like, books were limited on culture of other continents. What would they do? Because, like, I know that for their ritual, they need a sacrifice, which would be my father. They need the Crimson Lady, and then they need me. If they don't, do they always have the daughter too? Like, is this like an anomaly that they have the Crimson Lady, but they don't have her child? Like, is this like a not normal thing? What do they do if they don't, like, if they wouldn't have me? Like, say I never left the Norlands, would they just kill her?
In past times, there was never mention of a daughter or anyone else. It was a simple sacrifice to a pagan god that was adopted by the church into this other situation. The Crimson Lady dies as an act of absolute devotion to bring back the light to the world, and so the cycle continued.
Oh, so this one's probably different then.
Apparently so.
And is the Crimson Lady always a tiefling? Or is it just kind of like a coincidence that they picked a red tiefling this time?
She's a tiefling.
I don't know, buddy.
No, she's usually wrapped in robes and such. So and her face is partially covered.
I
So
mean, but like figuring genealogy, like.
Oh, your hat. I thought the horns were part of your hat. My apologies.
I'm purple.
And you have a companion that's ice colored.
That's true. You know, I appreciate that you don't really see color, but okay. Yes, my mother is a tiefling.
Very well.
Red tiefling. So I just wasn't sure, like, if they call her, like, the Crimson Lady, because it's always a red tiefling, or if it's just, like, a coinkydink that's how it worked out.
The Crimson Lady is usually wrapped in red robes. And again, the tiefling part is also new. It's usually not been a tiefling.
Okay, so then this is different this time. Because, so, my family is descended from Rimzel.
He just takes the bottle, pours. Of course, you're a descendant of the great sword maiden herself, of course, and
yeah, and
you're here in my tent.
And the what was it? The queen of the name.
The first queen of Ardania.
That's the one. Yeah. So that's my family line, and I am not just a witch. I also have a patron, and he is very smart, and he has told me and showed me, you know, things, and basically that my family line is the thing that is basically keeping the eldritch, whatever the fuck it is that they worship, where it is, and that's why they need her and me to bring it over here.
I see.
Because Rimzel helped, you know, all that time ago.
Would you like some wine?
I will take a glass.
He takes the bottle, pours it to you.
I would like to inspect it. And I feel like since I'm a potion brewer and have been for probably 20 years, that I should get advantage on whatever roll to investigate.
You know, since you put it that way, nah. Of course, go ahead.
Thank you. Medicine?
For this investigation, yeah.
Or investigation.
You're trying to see if it's poisoned, right?
Yeah, or like if it's laced with something. I want to know what it's laced with. Okay.
Medicine.
Damn it. Oops. Please roll better. That's
There
better.
For a second, it was like, wine? Ew. Oh, okay. Yeah. It's not laced with poison. It's laced with truth root. Truth serum.
Oh. Okay. She'll drink it anyway. Because, like... By the way, I know what's in here. But I also don't lie. Because I am uncomfortably honest. As you've probably already figured out. And she will take a nice big swig.
I am very uncomfortable, yes.
Good.
So, let me make sure I'm getting this entire situation straight. You have in your company not only a member of the House of Cladvog, one of the direct descendants in line for the throne, you not only have, if not a doppelganger, or the actual Quinn St. Cloud, inheritor of the St. Cloud fortune and all therein, but you are also the long-lost descendant of the long-extinct royal line.
Is it extinct, though, if I'm standing right in front of you?
Apparently not.
Oh, and my friend Nori, she's like an ice princess. You'll talk to her, though. It's fine.
Nori.
The big scary one. I mean, she's not really scary. She could be scary. You would probably be do well to be afraid of her.
You wouldn't happen to know your Ice Walker friend's last name by any chance?
Would Astrid know if Nori would share that information herself?
You're muted, Aaron.
Sorry, I keep making like side comments, and I was like, I'll mute myself to stop myself, but I don't. Yeah, Nori would have shared that information. Her last name is Skosgrathane.
Okay, then. Yeah, it's Scott. God damn it! I've known her for fucking like 15, 20 years.
Skosgrathane.
Skosgrathane.
When she says Skosgrathane, he puts his glass down. Skosgrathane.
Yeah.
Skosgrathane.
I believe that's what I said.
Your friend is related to Thag the Butcher.
Yes, but to be clear, the whole family like hates him.
Thag the Butcher is currently in residence at the capital.
Oh. Family reunion.
Apparently so. If you... Please, before you mention who else is part of your party, I don't want to know if there's a dragon. I don't want to know if there's a demon who has fallen from the skies of heaven. If there is a reborn god within your group, keep it to yourself for now.
I mean, the only one you met everyone else. I mean, like, Milton came in with Quinn. Milton, I don't know much about her, but she's probably the scariest out of all of us.
I can just imagine.
Yeah, so but like you've met all like you know what we're working with. Yeah. I've got friends in high places. I have an undead palace cat. If you want to, here's the only other member.
As you pull out Edgar, he's like, Meow.
This is my Edgar.
Right, fear me. Meow.
Good boy. And she's just gonna shove him back in the bag.
His like feet are still out of the bag.
She's gonna like gently like tuck his feet.
I will have vengeance, mother.
I'll have Nori give you kippers when we get back.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's pretty much all of it. So if you need bait, I'm down. It looks like we're gonna need some fancy dresses.
We will make sure that you are properly supplied after you deal with the tower.
Yeah.
You've given me a lot to digest.
And you've ingested a lot of wine, so you should probably eat some food too, or else you're gonna have a tummy ache.
Thank you.
Yeah, you
That will be all. Thank you.
Bye! As she sticks her hands in her pockets, spins on her heel, and just like stomps out of the tent.
As she stomps out of the tent, just a second. There we go.
Astrid,
What's up,
that was
Alan?
very well done.
What do you mean, well done? All I did was talk to him.
You made him uncomfortable. It was brilliant.
Yeah. If I got a nickel though or a gold piece every time I made someone uncomfortable, I'd be so rich. We should make that a thing. Anyway, what's up?
Oh, I just want to let you know that I will not be available for our usual evening conversations, mostly due to an outstanding arrangement that I am currently involved in. And as such, to make up for this lack of communication, I have something for you.
As you're walking, out of nowhere, like a poof of smoke, a stack of papers about this high appears in your hands.
My extensive notes on your first book. I demand the second book as quickly as possible, but nonetheless, enjoy the reading.
By the way, it's not just a stack of parchment. It's a stack of parchment with a very nice, voluminous red bow. And on like a little tag that says, please enjoy my horrific writing, V.
Brilliant. I got a present. Okay. Are you okay? Why are is it like a concerning reason you're not available?
It's not concerning so much. It's more like something I have to do every month, just for replenishment, for lack of a better term. not savory conversation. But maybe one day we'll have a more in-depth conversation about my internment here in this wretched place.
Okay. Well, if you need help or assistance, let me know.
I
Yes.
appreciate it. But I hope you will enjoy the reading. I made sure that my penmanship was properly legible, as opposed to my normal kitchen scratch.
Oh, that's fine. You've seen my dad's, so I'm used to deciphering. But thank you. I appreciate the effort.
You're welcome.
By the
got
way,
done.
again, luminous letter card. It also has a chocolate in the center of the bow.
I got chocolate. It's mine. She's gonna tuck it into a pocket on the inside of her bed.
Meow, can I have the chocolate, mother?
We'll split it.
Meow.
You know, you should be lucky. You should be thankful that you're not alive. Because if you were alive, then I would have to say no, because chocolate is not good for animals. But you're already dead.
I am not an animal. I am a cat.
Right. That's about par for the course. Okay, yes, we'll split it later. How's that? You can help me go over the paperwork.
All right. So, do you return to the group?
She does. She just trudges back and just plops down next to Nori. Or next to this person.
No, you can pop down, Nori. I'll move the person.
She like does the uncomfortable, like if they're all sitting on a log, she like sees like 2 inches of space and goes, yeah, I can fit there, and just kind of like, excuse me, I'm just gonna scooch in here.
No, if like there's another person on the log, Nori goes, scoot over.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, here. Sit here.
Plop.
Plop.
I made that guy so uncomfortable. Oh, and by the
Yeah,
way,
but you did.
it wasn't poisoned wine. It's just a truth serum. So I did drink all
Huh.
the wine, but it was pretty good.
Okay. Oh, okay.
So yeah, as long as you don't intend on lying, by all means, drink the wine.
Well,
Oh.
I'm not a good liar, so no.
You're better at
Did-
many other things.
Yes. Did you ask him questions?
Did I?
Was it started from the same bottle or was it different?
Was it from the same bottle?
You don't know what bottle it was because you weren't there in the first.
Oh,
go
I have no idea. It was the bottle that he had next to him.
No, I meant like, was he drinking from the same bottle your cup of wine came from?
Yes.
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 You both shared the same bottle.
So he truth serumed himself?
Maybe he just didn't want to have to get a second bottle. And again, if you're not like, maybe he was just confident that he wasn't going to have to lie about anything. I mean, we didn't really have any like cryptic conversations where he would have been lying, because like he asked me, he when we go see the Emerald Lady, he wanted me to ask her to like, you know, we heard that she's moving the forest closer.
Mm-hmm.
He wants her to hold off on like actually breaching the Capitol until he is there to take advantage of that.
It's kind of
Which
Mhm.
that seems
Yeah.
like it's a pretty like reasonable request. So I told him we would. Oh, and he said that there's a dark rider with a big scary dog that's been riding the roads at night, murdering people.
big dog? Like how big?
He
How big are
did
we
say
talking?
I think he said something like a warhound. A big dog.
A companion for Fluffy.
Yeah, but so they're murdering everybody, so he suggested to just stay off the road at night. But I don't know. I feel like we could be their friend.
Rolling
Yeah.
for the gods.
We got 6, so what does that get us?
As you mention Fluffy, you hear thump 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 thump. The Tibetan Mastiff, with like pieces of fence in his fur and all that, comes right around, stops at the edge of the fire, and goes.
Hi, baby, come here. Come here. Come sit on mama's lap.
And just flops down.
And she's like just like barreled over the back of
You
the
just see
of the
her
tree
feet.
stump. She's like, this is fine. This is good. Good boy. They're there.
And then he's like,
Wait.
even though he's on top of you, like some big dog dude's like, I'll just keep rolling so you can get my belly on top.
Oh, you only see like the barest top of like Noise. You just see her eyes like.
Astra's just gonna like scratch
we
whatever.
worry?
bit
Yeah,
him.
she just like.
He is very floofy. I like his nickname. But yeah, so maybe we'll run into them. Maybe we won't. He did also say that the Emerald Lady has been sending his anyone that goes in there back in pieces, which I made him a little mad because I laughed at that.
I mean, like, listen, you send men into an Emerald Lady's forest? She's going to slice and dice.
Well, like, how is she supposed to know, you know? And people are liars, so rather than like try to sift through and be like, "Hey, are you good or are you lying?" Just
So
cut him
maybe,
up,
like, I think you should have sent a woman instead, but that's just me.
and that's what we're doing. And
Hey,
Quinn, no
we,
offense,
Queen.
He's literally on the other side of the.
You can't see above the
Quinn's
master.
one of the girlies, okay?
He's one of the, yeah,
He's one of us.
Quinn's an honorary Gorley. He's an honorary baby girl.
He's invited to girl dinner. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Girl dinner.
Oh, and the witch that we have to save is his sister.
It what? The pollywog?
The Pollywog. I guess she's really like not happy about being called any name other than her name. But I did point out that if you're getting rescued, you can't really bitch at someone for not giving
I'm
you the right name.
confused. I thought Pollywog was her name.
I think it's Lilywog. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Lilywog.
Pollywog.
Lilywog. Okay. I can say it 5 times in a stick. Maybe. I'm not good at memory.
It's a good hypothesis. We can test it.
Okay. Lily.
I love that she's like her head's going while she's doing it.
That's actually just me. It's not even a character anymore.
As you're all having this discussion, the armored individual shows up for the last time and just looks at the big mountainous, Tibetan mastiff riding dog, literally just pinning Nori to the ground, and goes, "I'm Nori, yes?"
You see like a hand pop out from underneath all the fur. Hello, here present.
Lord Roll would like to inform you that he does not require your presence and appreciates your patience and bids you good night.
He sent you all the way here to tell me that?
It was either that or he would come himself, and he has said that he has a massive migraine right now.
I mean, I don't blame him. He's been drinking a lot of wine from the sounds of it. But also, like, you could have just not sent anybody. I would have just gone to bed regardless. But, like, thank you, I guess, for your time. Would you like to pet the dog? He's very...
Yes, actually, I would. I love dogs. And he comes over and he's like, "Oh, it's a big boy or something."
Probably be good. Yeah, he's a good boy.
And, well, then he leaves after that.
Wow, he was surprisingly accommodating with the petting of Fluffy. I did not expect that from him. He looked kind of like, ugh. I don't know, stop.
You look past the armor. There's a man underneath there.
I thought there was a bunch of sardines because he looks like a tuna can.
No. That's the other guy. He's just a bunch of
Oh,
spiders.
hello. I thought it was this. Okay.
Oh, speaking of, she's gonna like pull Edgar out and just kind of like put him on top of the dog. Be like, this one needs kippers because I shoved him in the bag head first again.
No.
Where are my pants? There are kippers in the pocket.
All right, Edgar,
One
go-
of the
go
other
help
witches
yourself.
will grab the pants, which are literally like voluminous compared to them. Comes over, hands the kippers over. He's like, "No, you do not take kippers. I take kippers."
Be good,
I
Edgar.
just picture like this fat cat sitting on his butt and like actually like a raccoon, just like.
Yeah. Of course, he's
Nori,
also
like-
sitting on top of a Tibetan Mastiff, which hasn't moved because it's getting scritches. So
I feel like they'd be friends.
I hope so.
That, of course, also being the case,
Oh boy.
night eventually takes over, and I take it you all go to sleep. Yes.
Yunoi passes out where she's at with the Tibetan Mastiff and Edgar on top of her,
As you do.
as one does.
As one does.
Like the best weighted blanket ever.
That's a really fucking heavy weighted blanket.
I know, it's got dandruff too. Fuck.
It's fine.
Yeah, but are you really going to tell them no? It feels so.
No, never.
Does Nori
That
have the
comes back
capacity to
eventually.
tell an animal no?
No.
No.
Like if
So-
anybody suggested that to her, she would start crying. She'd be like, "But why?"
As the night comes to an end, Ali Kirara,
Oh,
where the night seemed to have melted into just this fun conversation with someone who was not bothered by the awkwardness, seems to be really into everything that was being said and added some interesting quips back and forth. Just someone you could just open up to without judgment or want or worry. Walks her safely back to camp. Well, darling, I hope you enjoyed our walk. I really tried to be as entertaining as possible.
Yes, it was very delightful. Thank you.
And thank you for not destroying me. I do appreciate the restraint and not turning the undead.
Yes. Well, Thaddeus and things. I mean, you saved me, so
Yes, I saved you, but then you and your friends saved me. A debt which, I must be honest, is rather daunting to figure out. I would rather just be free, allowed to do as I will, to be finally out there. But that pesky thing called honor, I think that's what it's called nowadays, honor, just tells me I need to repay that even more, as much as I can. Of course, that would be up to you if you want me to stay around from time to time.
yeah. I mean, as long as you're around, you're not out, killing random people or anything. So, there's that.
Is there anyone you want me to kill?
Ooh.
Uh,
Have a list, do you?
well, I mean, not right now.
Oh, so you'll have one later? I so look forward to reading your penmanship on the matter.
Oh, thank you. I mean, we're pretty good at, and she just stops and she's like, I'm gonna sound like a serial killer. It's like, never mind. We're traveling, quite a lot. Do you not want to just say hi and just, join the group, or just stalk?
I think as of right now, as a friend of mine always said, leave them wanting more, or if they are most likely to kill you, leave them as quickly as possible. So I think maybe just till things are more comfortable, I will remain in the shadows. At your beck and call, my lady. And as he leans down, he offers his hand to take Ali Kirara's.
She doesn't really think about it. She just floop.
And he kisses her hand in the courtly fashion. And as the sun begins to crest over the distant horizon, he goes, one day we shall see the sun together, and maybe enjoy an entire night together. Till then, my dear. He vanishes into mist.
Allie just sort of stands there for a minute and is just like, he just needs a really long walk, and goes back to goes to the towards the campfire area.
Yep.
Um,
Give me a second. I will put you back into the realm of the real. Boop,
yeah.
there you are.
And she,
Yeah, you're still in the same place you were before.
yes. I'm actually gonna take out a piece of paper and just scrawl on it. I'm sorry, I'm making you nervous. Please talk to my friends. And she's gonna go up to where that guy was working, the Dothraki up here, and
Yep.
and just sort of leave it on his bench,
Mhm.
like on his table. And then she's gonna go to bed.
And it's not like that other gentleman, Sebastian, such a smooth and easy name. God, those cheekbones could cut right through anything. What? What about that? Anyway, yes. So everybody turns in for bed, except obviously those that never sleep. Give me a hot second. I need to change the environment. The world goes away for a moment, but
that scene in
then
Coraline.
returns. Boom. Morning returns.
Daytime.
All right. So, as the morning comes and the day is blessed with that sound of a camp coming alive, what is everybody doing?
Question: what's the highest point within sight of the peoples of the party? I don't see a tree. Is there a tree?
Oh, there are no trees, but there are plenty of broken pieces of masonry, old statues that are actually very high up, like almost 2-3 stories.
Cool. She's like it's like a spider egg sac on one of those things.
I'm going to say that spider egg sac is in the armpit of one of the statues.
Excellent.
Yeah. But morning does come and everybody awakens. We're going to start with Nori because I feel like it. Nori, you wake up and you're not only still partially buried underneath the mastiff, but Edgar has nuzzled himself right into your cheek, so he's practically a pillow for you on the hard rocky ground, and he's actually purring like an actual cat. He's not going purr, it's like actual purr sounds.
Oh.
You're also muted, Aaron.
Sorry, God, I'm trying.
You awake to the sounds of the camp coming alive, the fires from the cooking area coming alive. Yep, that is roasted meat.
Hell yeah, she immediately upon the smell of roasted meat. She just she is led by her nose. She just doesn't. She just sits up, moving, rolling the mastiff off of her.
Still very much asleep. And as you do, you also notice that Edgar is attached and goes meow.
It just brings the cat with. Oh, love that. I just say, Edgar, you can be asleep. I just breakfast. I need.
Are you dressed? Are you still akimbo from the night before?
I'm gonna say she at least put her pants on.
There we go. So, sauntering through the camp, like the Tower of Power.
Pants and her little bra.
Again, still sauntering.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Number of the soldiers will look up and go, oh, that's a really tall woman. The food that is offered is rationed. Nori will get a large sized plate, which is really more like a small appetizer for your people.
She's just like, is there a second course?
Sure, my lady, you'll have a second course waiting for you once I get the escargot out of the pan.
She grabs him by the collar of his shirt and lifts him up. Listen, you little shit. I am 4 times your size. I need 4 times the food. If you're not equipped to feed me, I will feed myself. And she like throws him on the ground.
His legs are kicking in the air.
She
One of the
throws
other cooks
plate.
is like, okay.
She throws the plate on top of him and just goes like, I will go find my own food. Forget this. Come on, Goliath. And she like,
Goliath will actually grab some of the food and then follow after. Have you ever seen a dog say no to, like, rib bone? I've never seen that happen in my life.
that's true.
Just grab it and run. So, I will say that you eventually find sustenance. And I'm also going to say it is over with the resistance group, the rabbit folk.
This is somebody told me you had food.
They look up and like, nah, that makes sense. They are primarily vegetarian, but they do have like wild boar, because wild boar can be used for other things like lard and all that kind of stuff. So they basically just give you the wild boar meat that they don't eat.
Oh fuck yeah. She trusses it up on a spit, roasts it over, just slow turning it. She's like,
Oh yeah, it is just I'm mouth watering thinking about it because I love roasted boar. What's the rest of you doing?
slow roasting, just
Allie sort of hangs out with the group, but kind of glances back towards where the Vathraki was working, and
She will see him come into the forge. Again, with your elf eyes, you can even see him picking up the note. Looks up, looks over, sees you eye to eye. It's like he's mouthing like, all right, fine.
yeah, and she's gonna taking this as a okay, cool. She's gonna stand up and be like, I'm gonna go find us some tea, and go just sort of wander off towards in the direction of like the healer's tent.
All right.
To give that guy a chance to, talk or whatever if he wants to, but also to find tea.
Well, once you get over to the healer's tent, you definitely smell tea, and inside are, of course, Aloysius, Dr. Feth, and Sister Amelia. Feth is sitting there with a nice cup of Earl Grey. He's like, "Hey, good morning. Can we assist you in anything? We do have some tea, or are you here for some healing matter?"
Tea would be fantastic.
Wonderful. We just brewed a nice bit of dark. Sister Amelia prefers green, but it's not like we could get any dark cheating out here. There's no. Give me a minute. He will flap over, get a cup, come back over. You are, madam? Earl Grey is probably the best for the morning cackles, as I was once told in my medical school.
Yes, it's very good for the mornings. Do you know anything about what was his occupation again?
The Vathraki?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's the blacksmith. The blacksmith.
Okay. Do you know anything of the blacksmith's history?
Blacksmith. You mean the Minotaur or the Dothraki?
The Volthraki.
Oh, yes. Fine individual. Has a tendency of, well, just say, putting his hand into the fire. Because he's a blacksmith, put hand into the fire. Yes, right. Has a tendency of grabbing hot irons. Has burned his hand at least, I would say, about 2 or 3 times now. Yes.
Oh,
You would think someone with his profession would not be so careless around hot metal, but, needs as they are. Let's see, he's been with Aloysius. How long has he been here? I'd say about 3 months. 3 months, yes.
Yes, 3 months.
Our prior blacksmith sadly took an arrow straight to the jugular out the Macretius. Unfortunately, even with our expertise, we were not able to save the poor man. Yeah.
oh,
Most unfortunate. Yes, the Church of the Dawn has these horrible bitted arrows that have jagged ends that tear both coming out and coming back. It's rather unpleasant, I don't know what to tell you.
well, that is rather unfortunate. Um, do you happen to know his family name or his house?
How? Oh, yes, because you're. Ah, yes, that's right. Both back your houses. Anyway, you didn't capture the gentleman's house by any chance, did you? Yes. Serpentius, I think. Yes, Serpentius is, I believe, the house. If you want to know about Serpentius, please roll me a knowledge history. Or roll history.
As soon as it pulls, there we go. History. Oop. What does the isolated daughter know?
It's not bad. You were obligated to learn about the houses.
Yes.
Serpentius was a house that was a rival to Cladvog about 400 years ago, until Cladvog, well, to use an outside world term, did a rains of Castamere on them. Wiped them out at a dinner. So.
Huh. That explains quite a lot, actually. I certainly feel a little better is not the right word, but
Well, tea can do amazing things, my dear. Especially this brew. Oh!
yes, it most certainly can. Do you mind if I take an extra cup?
Oh, by all means, we have several. I got this from my family. Of course, I had to check for poison. Hands the cup over.
Yes. Thank you. And she walks out. As she walks out, she like dips her finger in and like flicks it at stuff. Just check.
'Tis nothing but tea.
Okay. You never know in this situation. And she's just gonna kind of stroll slowly towards the group and kind of see if he took the chance to say anything to them.
As you are returning to the group, the rest of you, Quinn, what were you doing this morning?
What was Quinn doing?
He doesn't sleep, but yeah.
Right. don't know. I was trying to think of like something with the newfound information he has, but he doesn't. It's not really anything he can do to act on it. So, probably nothing in particular. Just messing around with cantrips and whatnot.
Milton, are you doing anything in particular this morning?
Just getting up, putting away daggers, and my plushie, and trying to figure out what in the world we're gonna do. So I need to get my armor, but we also need to make plans real quick. Well, at least put us in the plans real quick. So we kind of already have a general idea what's going on. But yeah.
Would you also do me one real quick thing as you're looking at your
Hmm.
plushie? Will you roll me a wisdom save, please?
Oh dear. Okay, wisdom save. Oh dear. Okay. 18.
That plushie. It's been with you for so long. It was with you at the beginning. It might even be with you till the end. And when you take a bit of a deeper breathe into it, it's a mixture of smells. Smoke, dirt, cinnamon, and cardamom. Never noticed it before, but it's there now. The past lingers. So, at this point, Ali Kirara returns to the group holding a cup of tea.
Well, 2 cups of tea.
No. And I'm also going to put our dear Nori over with the rabbit folk because that roasting is slow, but it's crispy. Even some of the rabbit folk are like, I'm a vegetarian, but I so want a piece of that. The roast, Aaron. God. Shame. So
For shame. So as she approaches, the blacksmith didn't come over at all.
He is keeping busy. Your friend, the Dragonborn, seems to be kind of talking to him at length.
Okay. Yeah, she
Tragic.
sees one of our she sees one of our group over there talking to him, and she's like, "Oh, good. You know, like her whole thought process was, if he talks to one of us, he'll see that we're fine. Like we're good. She's not putting the 2 and 2 together right now that maybe Rajiv might not be the best person to be talking first. She's just like, yes, he's part of our group. It's fine. And she's very satisfied with herself that she's making a positive impression on this guy.
It's not fine at all.
It's not fine at all. Oh, she comes over with her other cup of tea and is just like, who would like an Earl Grey? I only have 2 hands. I'm sorry.
Astrid's still in the armpit, so we're out.
And Aaron, you're still muted.
You're over at the fire pit, no?
Aaron, yeah, I was gonna say noise over. Yeah, you're right. I don't.
I know.
The roast is done, by the way. So
Ooh.
Nori can now start stomping into it.
All right, you hear a booming voice, "Come and get it!" But it's really just on an entire just boar leg.
So are we going to attack the tower today or tomorrow? We tend to do things very quickly.
We have to talk to the main guy that's doing or coordinating their attack, but I need to get my armor first and foremost. Maybe my dagger back if it's ready.
Yes.
And then I think Nori got done with food, but I don't know.
Nori's just gonna like appear behind them, like just still eating, just
Yeah.
2 forelegs in both hands, just like, yeah, I'm done. I finished cooking. Do you want some? It's good.
It is
It smells
dripping
good.
with juices. It is nicely burned, slightly.
Crispy on the outside.
Then you juicy on the inside. Yeah, yeah. Roasted,
Since-
I should say. I shouldn't have said burned. I apologize.
Since nobody took the other cup of tea, Merpal like slithers around her arm and is like, "Ba-dip,
Oh, he's like sitting in it like a little like a little hot bath, just like Just like Aww.
So now they're both just having tea.
Oh.
And while that's going on, the hairy pit that is Astrid. Does she awaken from her restful slumber?
She does. She is reading Broomies letter because I forgot about that.
No, it's perfectly okay. The letter reads basically as your last letter was fascinating and disturbing. I will send as much aid as I can. I cannot enter the country, as you know. Any information I'm able to glean from the Sisterhood network, I will send your way. Be safe in the capital. Last time I was there, it was not a safe place for our kind. P.S. I love you. Come home safe.
Hmm. All right, she's gonna do that, and she is going to slither down from the pit.
I kind of imagine that the hair will actually slither, and she's just kind of in a sitting position as it just slithers down like a living creature.
She's getting a lot more skilled with it, you know.
Mm-hmm. She
Um,
slithers down and joins you all as Nori's eating a haunch of roasted boar, and Merpal's taking a tea bath, and
I ate coffee. And I need to find a broom. The other motherfucker in the tent, he's like, "Oh, do you have a broom?" And I'm like, "No, I don't. But you know what? I'm gonna get one."
Okay.
Okay.
Want me to check the janitor's clause? I don't
Tent.
and
The janitor's shed.
Nori, do you want coffee? You want me to go find us coffee?
Oh my god, they would love coffee.
Coffee?
Yeah, and she like walks. Oh, do you want coffee too, Milton?
I'll do a coffee run.
Oh my god, yes.
Actually,
Do you want
walk. I don't run.
Oh, you can do a coffee like waddle.
you don't go too far. There is a campsite or a campfire that's set up with coffee by a soldier by the name of Starbuck. So the coffee is okay, heavily caffeinated. They go on and on about how they roasted the beans out here, and it's like, just shut up and give me my fucking coffee. It just keeps mentioning foam and all kinds of weird. It's just a fucking coffee cup.
Yeah, while he's talking, Astra's just gonna pour herself like imagine like camp cups, like they're metal.
Oh yeah, like the metal camp cups. Yeah,
Perfect.
And,
Well, we're gonna get them for everybody. She's gonna take one and just sit it in the fire, and let it get nice and hot.
Nori's gonna run up with a bucket that basically is the size in her hand of one of the cups.
a water bucket. That's yeah.
Coffee, please.
Okay, there that grande. Gotcha. Okay.
Coffee now.
I'm pouring. God, stop yelling at me. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, it's the holidays. We have to be nice and respectful to servers.
Not just on the holidays.
Not just on the holidays.
If you are mean to service people in the service industry, you are a fuckstick.
Don't do what Nori's doing. Nori's just grumpy and yeah.
But yeah, you all are caffeinated. You're all eating. and ready to start the next part of your leg.
Did Astrid find a broom? Do we have to like role play that, or can she just like find a broom?
Broom is easy to find.
That's what I'm saying.
It
There gotta be
is-
brooms all over.
Now, that of course also being the case, you're eventually, meeting up with Elder Elder Brimnettle. Thank you. Who will then go over the plan, or at least what they have in terms of information. I'm just kind of zipping through this next part just so to make life easy for everybody.
Huh.
All right. Can everybody see the map in front of them?
Yes.
Wonderful.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Elder Brimnettle will mention that this is the tower. The blue circles are where the forces are encamped. Excuse me. This blue circle, actually, I shouldn't have gone with blue, but I'll just do this other thing.
Brian, you're colorblind. How do you even know what the color blue is?
Because it says blue when I click on it. That's how I know.
Jesus, Aaron, you can't just ask people how they know what color they're using.
Sorry,
So, this circle here is where they keep their riding dogs. Large, not like yours, which are wolfhounds. These are more like large Rottweilers. Bruiser dogs, as they're called.
Puppies are puppies.
We must liberate the puppies.
Poop those snoops.
This circle, which I'm currently coloring in, I believe this is, it says
Red?
Red, yeah. Thank you. This here is where the witch hunters are primarily sequestered, along with the cleric that is their leader.
All right.
Up here in the green area, well, no, I'm going to try something a little bit brighter. There we go. I believe this is just white. This area up here with this square, the top of the tower, is manned by archers and more of the standard militia types. The box is a wagon where they are currently keeping Granny Lillywog.
Wow, you can't even keep her name straight.
I have it written in front of me, and y'all messed me
She's
up.
gonna be so mad at you. It's gonna be one angry pollywog.
I'm going to have vengeance one day. Thorn is going to have so much fun tomorrow with you two. Anyway.
Oh, gosh.
Sounds like a threat.
It is a threat. But anyway, so the red box is where Granny Lillywog is currently being kept. The plan is, or at least for the rabbit folk, I'm going to choose a different color now. We're going to go with just straight black. And are going to position themselves in the forest up here and in the trees right here.
Are they our snipers?
They are primarily going to be sniping if you're going to be getting involved, because they can keep things at a distance, but something heavier will pretty much knock them out. And the two converted are probably the heaviest hitters, would eat through all of them without problem. So what they could do is they will provide covering fire from those two positions. You guys can attack from either this area over here, these trees here, or you could try to, get involved with the dogs up higher. So
Dogs?
yes, the puppies.
Puppies. I have one priority.
I mean, you also have speak with animals too, don't you? So could you be like, "Hey,
I can
I'll
speak
set
with
you
you.
free," and then just open the gate?
And then I'd be like, hey, can you go nom nom those dudes?
That is a possibility.
Plan to
So-
me.
let you guys discuss amongst yourselves, or if you want, what we could do, we could call it here tonight, give you guys a week to kind of look over the plan and discuss amongst yourselves, and we could call it a night now.
I think having us spread out would be good,
Mm-hmm.
just in general.
I'm sorry, say that again?
I was just saying my thought on it is I think it's good to have us spread out a little bit and then attack inwards like that, but that's just my thought.
No, I like it. Well, because like we could position Nori over here.
Yeah.
It's like Nori dogs.
Sorry, were you pointing at a place?
Where the dogs
Keep-
are.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Keep the attention off the squishier
Yeah.
ones off to the side. Like
Well, maybe
you know,
have her take
here or here.
Yeah, like have her take Milton, because those are the two like ones that actually have to get into range. Like I know like you guys have ranged attacks, but like you guys are normally the
Yeah,
ones
like not our good attacks aren't ranged. Well,
exactly
mine
like your heaviest hitting like when
Yeah,
you're
smash.
up close and personal. So if we put you two up here and then just have basically like Allie, Quinn, and I each get a tree.
Yeah.
Because honestly,
No.
I'm thinking of just dropping Moonbeam right on the fucking top of them, and that's got a
Oh.
range of 120 feet.
Yeah, and if there's a bunch of spellcasters in here, it's not good to have us all on top of each other either.
Exactly.
But at one point, if Milton needs to get into the tower, hey, you want to do like the rocket launcher?
Yep.
Just
I'm
yeet.
always down for that.
Hey.
Should make like
Okay,
a custom
so-
action in your like D&D
I
Beyond.
really
and
yeah.
just like yeet and just like throw Milton.
You're going a lot
Oh.
faster for me to catch up. So
Sorry,
where's
sorry.
Nori going to be?
Where it says
My
Nori.
puppy.
Okay, right there near the puppies. Where is Quinn going to be?
I'm sorry.
Pick a tree, Quinn. Any tree.
Pick a tree, Quinn. Sorry.
I'll go with this one.
Okay.
That's one order
Sorry,
for-
click that again.
Oh, sorry. Bottom left.
Ah, right over there. So give me a
Um,
second. I'll type there Quinn.
I think Astrid wants the next, like the one right here, so that way she can be closest to the wagon and talk to the polywog.
Why do you do this to me?
Because we're
We love you,
friends and
Brian.
you hate
Brian.
it.
If we didn't love you, we wouldn't give you so much shit.
Look, man, this is like the puns with Joan, okay? Like, you.
No, I love it.
It's
Don't
the
even
chink
get
in
me
your
started.
armor, and we have to fucks with you.
All right, so Astrid there, Quinn there, Nori there. Where is Allie going to be?
I can be. Should I be up at the top near like that group near Nori, or should I be down here by Astrid? What do you guys think?
You could go right in the middle and go do this tree.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe like somebody right here would be good. Because Milton's gonna be with or near Nori, yeah.
Yeah, with my what's my range on my Wither and Bloom? Because that's my like. Oh fuck! People are in trouble.
Give me a second here.
It's your oh shit. We need to eliminate.
Oh yeah, it's a 60-foot range. So as long as I'm within 60 feet of, yeah, that tree is perfect.
All right, so
then
give
you
me a
can
second
definitely-
here. I will type down. Allie.
Sorry, but if Mary, if you want Milton to be somewhere else, not with Nori, that's cool too. Like,
No, she can be with Nori. How's Nori gonna throw me?
All right, and Milton is going to stay with Nori.
you both release the puppies. We let the dogs out.
Who?
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 Yeah.
Who?
Who let the dogs out? It would be us. We let the dogs out.
Okay.
Cue the laugh track.
And we have plans.
We can't afford a laugh track.
Oh, it's okay.
There we go. All right, so we have your positions down. We have a general idea of attack. We make sure this gets a circle. Over
We have a plan. We're going to walk in with the plan. We're
watch
gonna
the plan go
panic.
off the rails.
Mhm.
We're gonna get the plan. We're gonna
Yep.
wing it. That's what we do. We must be a flock of birds because we're winging it.
Oh, speaking of which, where do you want Ragic?
Oh fuck!
He's is he more of a frontliner or is he a
Oh,
back?
he's a paladin frontline fighter. Yes.
Let's say he's
Okay,
he's
yeah.
tank.
He needs to smash through that wall.
Smash.
Should we put him with this group up here, or
Well, because then he'd have to like run around if he wanted to get up into the tower. It looks like.
No. Wait, does he? Well,
The
there would be a
tower's
big
at least-
draw.
The tower's at least 3 stories high.
Yeah, and the openings are here and here.
Madbird Streams just rated us.
Woo!
Hey!
Welcome. I love that we
Speaking
got
of
raided.
birds,
Yes.
Not sure what kind of birds you are, but love birds of a feather that flock together. So,
You'll like
Bad
this.
ones.
We're winging it.
hey, there we go.
Winging it.
thank you for the raid, friends.
We are always appreciative of the community coming in raiding us. So, where do you want Ragic, your bruiser?
Um,
Can you station him at one
What-
of the entrances?
what if we
We
station
can-
him here, and then that way, like, he can just book his ass in there.
All right, so he's going to be with the rabbit rangers over there. Not a problem. So, Ragic. Okay.
Rabbit Ranger.
Actually, shouldn't he be with Astrid? Won't you need muscle to open the wagon?
Well, I mean, if he's right here, then yeah, he can just burst through the side of the wagon on his way in.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So,
Like
you
the-
have a plan. You're prepared, more or less. And don't worry, I will make sure that you guys get your equipment before you leave.
you.
We're just going to kind of hand wave that. But all this wonderful violence will be next time. It is 108, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you once more for the drama, the trauma, the love, and the camaraderie, and the giving me a massive headache because I should know better by now. But nonetheless, may your adventures be daring, and thank you for the raiding.
Thank you guys. Sorry,
Good night.
you came in and then we're like, bye. But unfortunately, yes, we do need to go. But thank you.
Uh, tired. I'm sorry.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night. Good night. Goodbye. Goodbye now.
You're off
Are they
now.
going?